Ah, good evening and welcome. How are we, guys? Hang on a minute, sort myself out here. There we go. Um, Henry, leave it. Somebody give me a thumbs up just to make sure that I'm absolutely live. I think I am. Somebody give me a thumbs up, please, so I know you're all there. I've had a really interesting day, so I'll need to share it with you. I hope you're there. Where are we? Yep, mate. Thank you, AJ. Thanks, Ash. Welcome. Well, gentlemen, ladies, brethren, and all the rest of you, what a day. Can you see? Half an arm. And you probably can't see, actually. Compound fracture. Look at that, look flopping about. Compound fracture. I've managed to, I actually managed to do a video today on my GoPro using my lathe because I know Ken wanted, Ken Small Onions wanted to see it. So I coupled it together with an idea. I would turn up some spacers for this never-ending story. It's called a never-ending story of the mower that won't go backwards. I'm sure we could write a book about this one, and I know Dick Smallage, I will never nail it, mate. Sorry, and I should start off. Let's go back to the beginning. So, good evening, everybody. Where are we? I'm on it. Jason, nice to see you, mate. Sparky, as always, good to see you, Sparks. Henry, I know you've had a look at my video. Let me know what you think. I'm sure you will. Ash, good to see you, mate, as always. And Bond Empire. Now, there's lots of guys coming on here. I really look forward to seeing you guys. Sometimes I get a bit confused on who is whom, but I think I'm up together at the moment. Where are we? Henry's been having a chat with everybody. Thomas Andrews, hi Thomas. You're saying hello to Henry. Where are we? Henry, Thomas Andrews, Ken Small Engine. Hopefully you'll see this, Ken. I mean, it's all based on you tonight, mate. You wanted to see on the lathe, and I've hopefully shown you a little bit on how it works. There's a few more bits and pieces I'll tell you about later on. Tim Palmer, hi mate. How are you doing, mate? Good to see you as always. Dirt Rider, welcome as always, mate. Friend. There we go. Right. So I've said hello to everybody at the moment. Now, last week, I think I've run out of viewers. I think I've probably bored everybody to death. Hey, whatever. I'm only having a yap anyway. But I'm enjoying myself. So, what have I been up to today or this last week? Well, let's start off at the beginning. Hand. No, you probably can't see this. No, you probably can't. Whatever. But I seem to have a knuckle that grows another knuckle. So Mrs. H decided she'd buy me some of this acid stuff that would burn it off. I think probably because I use my hands to push myself around and all the rest of it. Anyway, I put some of this damn stuff on there and it kind of sort of spread. So instead of getting rid of a knuckle, I probably got rid of half an arm. I'm exaggerating. It's only a quarter. So we'll see how that's going at the moment. And then on top of that, this afternoon, I went into the garage intent on doing a video on the lathe for Ken. And as I walked past it, because I uncovered it, because I keep it covered up, I walked past it and I managed to grab my arm, hit my arm against some solid steel. Now, you probably realised from now that solid steel and 68-year-old skin don't go together. And guess who lost? I did. So 16.5 pounds of skin are now left back on the lathe. No, it's not actually. All put back. Mrs. H dressed it. I've been ever so brave. But it's just the start of the afternoon. Sorry, I got some notes, some messages come through. So that was the start of the afternoon. And I decided that the way to show everybody my lathe, Ken especially, who wanted to see it, I did a couple of very, very short videos and then decided to turn up some spacers because on the mower that will never run, when it sits onto the axle, it came with some spacers that just didn't fit. So I decided to turn up some. And that's what the video is all about, me turning up these spacers, which actually came out very rather well. I didn't manage to break anything. I didn't manage to ruin anything. I must have made the lathe go bang a couple of times, but I think that's to do with the work itself, the piece, because there's not any damage to the work pieces. So there we go. I mean, I've done that. And chap turned up completely out of the blue because I'd forgotten to buy it. I had an old paraffin, I should say, cooker. For those of you who've never ever heard of such a thing, it's like a small stove that stands about 2 foot, 2'6" high, the paraffin burner at the bottom. And during the war, I believe, and just after, you could boil a kettle on this thing and even cook. When I eventually had it, I used to make smoked mackerel fillets on it because it would boil at 60 degrees C, I believe. Anyway, this chap turned up. I forgot about his turning up. Armed with his money, and off he went. He was very happy. And in the time, a friend of mine had already been here because his mower had gone bang. And it's the same friend that wants the mower that won't reverse. So he asked to borrow one, and I've let him have one of my mowers. So if you can picture the moment, there's a guy coming to pick up a paraffin stove, and another guy coming to borrow a lawnmower. It's only a small push me pull you one, and I was aware of him trying to start this damn thing up because he didn't realise he had to pull the lever in and all the rest of that good stuff. Which leads me on to the point where I thought I'd double check it was okay for him to borrow. Now, I pulled my guts out trying to get this damn thing to start because it'd been in the garage since for Christmas. It wouldn't start. It would fire up with a little bit of easy start, whatever. Took it in the garage, put it on the lift, up it went. Half the carb off and suddenly realised it's a petrol stopcock on there. And I forgot to put turn the petrol on. Oh, there we go. All back together. Started first pull. So there's my mate pulling himself to pieces. Anyway, long story short, he got it going. He's gone off quite happy. And the chap with the paraffin stove, he's gone off quite happy. So it's been a busy day. And on top of all that, I managed to bake a loaf. I've always been a bit of I'll be careful how I say this, a bit of a baker. I like baking bread. One of the houses we used to rent many years ago had an agar in there. Some of our friends maybe in America wouldn't know what an agar is. It's basically a very, very old heat retaining stove. Marvelous things, cost thousands of pounds. And I used to make bread in one of ours, the one that we rented. Anyway, today, as of yesterday, because I made one yesterday that wasn't very good. I made one today, and it's turned out wonderful. No, I'm not. Excuse me, I just had me dinner. Let's have a look. See, I did try and take a picture, and I might have to put this on the website if I can get down for all this nonsense here. There we go. Now, how about that? Now that is a loaf of bread. Sorry, hang on. A loaf of bread that I've just made. What do you think? Eh? Pretty impressive. Now, the reason for that is it's Mrs. H's birthday tomorrow. And tomorrow she catches up with me age-wise. And I've asked her what she'd like to do. And so we're going into the New Forest with a picnic. And I believe we're going to meet up with a friend of hers, old friend of hers she used to work with in the hospital. So we're going to have a picnic. And then back home in the evening or tea time. And she's actually asked for Chinese takeaway. Now that suits me. It really does. I've got to remember to sign her cards tonight, and they're all away in the drawer here. But she must know about that. And a little present I've got in the garage for her as well. So anybody around, say a happy birthday to Mrs. H. Her name's Anne with an E. And I'm sure she'll be very pleased to hear from you. So that's been a pretty busy day, quite frankly. Where am I? I'm just trying to think. I don't have to go back to work now till Thursday afternoon. So I got Monday today, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off, which is really nice. So there we go. A pretty busy day. Annie's cooked the front, oh dear Lord, cut the front and the rear lawns, and used her new electric trimmer, which she struggled with, quite frankly. But I think she'll get the hang of it. It saves me putting petrol on a mower for her anyway. I know, I'm a bad boy. I don't care. I live on the edge. Scotty Daniel, hi, to see you, mate. Who else have we got in there coming in recently? Let's have a look. Okay, so I've been yapping on. I'm sorry it started on a bit later tonight. The reason is, as I said, this guy turned up for his paraffin stove that I'd forgotten about, and my mate Nick for his mower. And then one of Anne's friends turned up with a card. Lovely lady. By the way, look at the money. Oh, that's for the paraffin stove. So she turned up, leaving a card for Mrs. H. So we had a yap. So I ended up pushing tea back a little bit. So we had a late tea. And we had, I've been told to be careful. I had blood tests done. And apparently I am now what do they call it? Pre-diabetic? Is that, or whatever? I don't know. Which means basically I'm a fat bugger. Like you anyway. So I need to look at that. And I'm now offered a doctor's certificate, would you believe, in 6 weeks' time. So it's really important, isn't it? Oh, dear Lord. Most of us, I think, as Ken rightly says, they're probably all there anyway. 6 weeks' time. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. Maybe cut down the beer. Who knows? Let's. I'm going to put out the link because I think it'd be nice to speak to people tonight. Where are we? Boom. Let's see if that works. There you go. There you go. Be nice to see you guys. Nice to have a chat with everybody. Same old story. I probably have to say this. As with everybody else's stream, no bad language, obviously, unless it's mine. No, I don't mean it. No nudity, because I'm not allowed to get undressed. No bullying and all that rest of good stuff. I totally believe in it. Yeah, just common sense, really. But let's have a bit of fun, eh? Why not? Sparky, give us a wave, mate. That's nearly a wave. I was nearly brought you up there then, I'll tell you what, mate. Good to see you, Sparks. How you doing, mate? Right, let's just see. Why can't I hear you? Is that probably me? Hang on a second.
No, it's not. I'm only winding you up.
Oh, all right, fair enough then. I hate you sometimes, really, Butler. I hate you. Come on, Father. Let's come on, Henry. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Hi, the day.
I saw your comments on my lathe.
Yeah. Why are you using WD-40? That's not an oil.
That's all I had at the time, Henry. That's all I had. I did have some proper stuff, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, but you could have used oil from one of your mowers.
I know, mate. I know. It's I did the best I could. Scotty, gives a wave, mate. Come on, now. Welcome, mate. Good to see you.
Hey, yo.
Well, I thought I'd give it a go, putting it all up, Henry. I've been promising Ken a long time I'd put some of it up. It's actually quite difficult to set up a camera to do a lathe safely, you know? Because there's oil and all sorts of things flying around.
Yeah.
That lathe's nice. I like your lathe. Is it a 1-to-1 or is it 2-to-2 spinner?
Oh, it's a multi. There's a multi.
Yeah, so it's a multi one. That's fine because
it's got a back. Something on it which goes really slow.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of age to it. It's 1953, the age of it.
Are you using carbide tips or are you using the chisel tips?
No, I'm using the tips. You're quite right. The screw on. Because quite frankly, I'm not clever enough to grind up the speed steel.
Yeah, I can handle it. I don't mind it. I've used lathes many times. I've never had a problem with them. Yeah,
it works very well. There's a bit of backlash on it, as you'd expect for that age. Yeah. It's about probably about 10 thou.
Have you got a running a running oil trap going through? So for the belts and everything, for everything.
No, it's a drip feed on the head.
Drip feed.
But I mean, you only need a bit of oil because it's white metal bearings, and they don't need a lot of oil. I usually set them going for 2 or 3 drips and turn them off.
I couldn't use WD-40 on it. I wouldn't because WD-40 is like a water-based liquid, and it would basically make everything worse.
I know. Henry's told me off already.
I'm sorry, but I am no mechanic, but I'm an engineer background. I went to MIT for 2.5 years learning this crazy stuff.
I only use it on the workpiece. It wasn't anywhere near any bearings, and I was aware of that. But I do have some cutting solution and stuff. The milk, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed myself. I had to be a bit careful because I was messing around with a piece of gas steel. I wasn't quite sure what it was, but it cut okay. Yeah,
I mean, what? Like I said, as long as you take it nice and steady, you'll be absolutely fine. There's no issues.
Absolutely, yeah. Slowly, always.
It always wins out one day, but like I said, if you've got a you've got a multi-system, just stick it on low and you'll be fine. But some of the time, you do need the high-speed cut-in.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, there is the high-speed drive pulley on the motor, which takes it up to 2,400. Because these Myford lathes are very, very old, and they take some looking after. But anyway, I enjoy using it. I mean, if I told you what I paid for it, together with all the tools, and I mean, there's a lot of tools that go with it. I paid £350 for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Basically, I stole it. I know I did.
Yeah.
I've used the wood one. When the wood one kicks in, that's a P&R when the wood one kicks in. So
I mean, they're worth £1,000 these lathes, and anybody's money, but there's no way it's going to sell it.
No.
One of my pride and joys is to own it, Henry. You know what I'm talking about. It's a pride and joy.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
And I keep it clean. And I've cleaned it since the videos, all cleaned up, covered up, oiled up.
It looks
I'm ready
great.
for the next one.
Looks like you just got it yesterday.
Yeah, well, I like Henry. To be honest with you, mate, I look after all my tools the same. I do like look after my tools. I mean, you invest good money in good tools.
Yep. Good man.
Yeah. Hi, Stobby. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, it's a bit of a wound, but there we go. I'm sure we'll get over it. Mrs. H, being a typical nurse, she she cleaned it all up and dressed it all up with some what's that yellow stuff they put on wounds?
Iodine.
So iodine. That made me hop a bit, to be honest with you. But then she said, "Oh, go on, take some paracetamol. You'll be all right." Typical nurse.
You know, if you're not a mechanic,
It'll be all right. Yeah,
all the time.
it'll be fine. It's my own fault. I walked into the lathe. I walked past it and grabbed my arm. It's my own fault. Nobody else's.
Mm-hmm.
So, what else you guys been up to? It's
I've had a really crazy day. This morning, I went to do a task. As we say, I can't tell you on here, but I went to do a task. Nearly 6 hour round trip. Ended up like 3 minutes late in any radio station, 2 or 3 minutes from the radio station. Then it was a car crash radio station. It was a car crash. Nothing was working. And I mean, it's worse than your technology. Nothing was going right. And I even swore on radio.
By accident.
That's not professional, GJ Sparkers.
Yeah, but the word I used was under my breath. So luckily, my microphone just about picked it up.
Oh, well. Never mind.
And that's the news I'm going to have. I've been saying I'm off to bed because I've been up since 3:30 time this morning, and I am going to have to go and chill out because I think the missus would like a quiet night. But I'm hi to all.
Well, Sparkers, leave her alone then, mate. Leave her alone.
We've got 7 beds. We've had 7 beds for 11 years.
Give her a rest, boy.
Well, she is epileptic, so at the end of the day, I've got to leave her alone, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
right, I'm going to drop out. I'm going to be back into chat, but I have to go because my head's...
All right, mate. Good to see you, and you take care, mate. You take care.
Everyone, take it easy. Have a wonderful time with Conker. But do me a favour. Don't let him press the red button.
I can't promise.
Yeah, take it easy. I'll be in chat in a minute. Bye, mate. Bye.
Bye, mate. Cheers. Scotty, I like the background, mate. Love it. Well on you, mate.
I'm trying to do a themed green screen for every live stream, so
I do like that. I was looking, funny enough, today at some neon signs that they're selling on eBay. Well, on not eBay, Facebook or some such thing. I thought I'll buy one of those. So I went in a bit deeper and had a look. It was 430 quid.
Yeah.
That can stay there then.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You know.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that one, shall we? We'll leave it.
Yeah. Leave it.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Oh, lordy. I mean, they say this fool and his money's easily parted. Not this fool. No, it's.
No.
I'm trying to hang on to it.
Yeah, at least a little bit of it, right? Because
So, Henry, how are you, mate? Because we always good to see you, mate. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Great.
Yeah. Hey, listen, those bushings you made, did that work out for you or what?
Yeah, they're all done, mate. Is the second video, did it not show them fitted to the back plate?
Right.
I thought it did.
I saw the video with nothing being done, and then I saw the other two, part 1 and part 2.
Part 2 is right at the very end. I fit them into the back plate. Hang on, I think my dog wants to go out. Every time I tell you, this dog. Go on, Bubba. Come on. Good boy.
Scotty.
Yeah, it's actually quite difficult to. I'm not very good at it anyway. I have bought. Where are we? Hang on a second. Where is it? Where have I put it? Oh, here we go. And so this is Mick's Mowers. It's his recommendation. I bought this
Movie studio?
Oh, Movie Studio Platinum.
studio, yeah, so that I can edit the videos. Well, I've only just got past the point of knowing when to turn the camera on and off, so I'm a bit far away from
You'll
that.
get there. Yeah, you'll get there.
Yeah,
Hi, Roy. Good to see you, mate.
Yeah, right.
I hear you say, camera turn off.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
it on voice control, mate. It says GoPro stop recording or some such thing.
Yeah.
No, I should have edited that out, but I couldn't be bothered.
I guess the part that you're fitting them onto the back plate, that I didn't see. That wasn't in the one I saw.
That's right. This is this incredible mower that won't go backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's taking the mickey. And the guy that wants it came round today. He borrowed the mower so he can do his grass on one of my mowers.
So
yeah,
you're
the
gonna
back just moves about like that because there's no spacer.
Yeah.
So that's why I turn these up.
So you're gonna go bring
Yeah.
it to Mick or what?
Yeah, it's going to go to Mick.
Okay.
And it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because I mean, normally I can suss stuff out, but for the God's truth, I can't suss this one out.
Yeah. Well, first
Ian, Mark, Wiley, how are you, mate?
Yeah, it's had a few people.
Lots of
so-
people have tried to help with the greatest intentions and really, really helpful. But when you
Yeah.
look at logically, if it got a spinning shaft against a flat, if you try to go against it, you're going against the flat, so it
Yeah.
cannot reverse.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
Weird.
I know that the logic part of it is that that pin would drop down and catch on the flat to make the tire go.
yeah,
It would have to spin backwards. It would be going off of those lobes,
yeah,
so you could be freewheeling. But
yeah,
at the same time, you can't have that transmission spinning because that makes that belt, tight,
yeah,
and it wants to go forward,
sure.
So
But you're going against it all the time. You're going against the flat, even though you were trying to reverse it. And that's what I was trying to explain the other day. There's one of the chaps on Mick's stream over in the States there, because I put on some pictures of how Stuart suggested it went together,
right.
which was wrong with the greatest of that, because Stuart, bless him, is trying to help me out. But I think then the guy on the other end there thought that's the way I try to put it together, which is whatever.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Henry, it'll either work or it won't work. Somebody somewhere knows how this damn thing works.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody does.
And it's driving me up the wall because it's a damn good mower. The motor itself is as sweet as a nut.
Yeah.
And it seems such a shame that I just can't get the damn thing to work.
Yeah.
We will.
That's all I can think of is, it's fighting each other, the
Yeah,
transmission
absolutely. You're absolutely right.
drive.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, mate. And then Ken says buy another BMC, and there is one for sale in the UK, but it's miles away. It's up in Manchester, and there's no way I'm driving up there.
Yeah.
I've only got
yeah.
that much money. I actually emailed the guy that's selling it saying, "Tell me, does your mower go backwards? Can you pull it back?" I've had no reply. If he tells me no, it won't, then hey, I'm happy. I'll walk away.
Yeah, here there, Edward. Here there. No.
It's oh dear, whatever. Anyway, it's we'll see. I've bought another mower I've turned up today. I've got a nice Mountfield electric start mower to come in. I paid not a lot of money for it. I'll tell you what I paid for it. I paid £8.50. And it came with a spare, brand new spare blade boss. Well, the blade boss is a tenner.
Yeah.
So I've made my money anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the next job. I want to use that one up. I got two more. I've got a nice Makita, which I think is worth a lot of money. I want to get that one done as well, and another one with the
Bit of a track, Edward. Bit of a track.
The rotor, yeah. It's so anyway. That's the plan. We have plans going forward, but like they always say, the best laid plans are men and beast.
Yeah.
And it's very true, very very true. Whatever we're doing, let's. I'll stick out the invite again.
Yeah.
Get Theo's out there.
It's not too bad at the moment, Tim. Not too bad.
It's like fishing, you know. You throw the hook out and see who you catch.
Well, I mean, last week there were several people on here that also quietly disappeared. I'm pretty sure I must have bored everybody.
No.
Oh.
Oh dear. It's yeah, let me just open a can of orange juice a moment.
Orange juice in a can. Yeah.
Yeah. Flavor with hops and alcohol.
Yeah.
James, thanks, James. Good to see you, mate. In fact, James Bond. Why do I always call you James Bond? I can't help myself, mate. I'm hoping you might even have some answers for me. It's I really hope I was trying to get a video of the whole damn thing showing people. Maybe that's the way to go. But whatever.
Remember, once you get the knack of how to fix it, you do a video on that, and you know what? They're all gonna look at that video.
Henry, you're absolutely right, and I do realise that. The trouble is, at the moment, I can't get there.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
Yeah, we will. I mean, yeah, if I can run a lathe, I can run a lawnmower going backwards. I'm sure I can. I must admit, the whole thing. He's gone back to bed tonight. The lathe, all nice and clean and covered up. So
Yeah.
he can go to bed quietly.
Till the next time of use, right?
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, there is a bit of backlash on it, Henry. I think there's about 10,000 backlash,
Okay.
which I can work with. You know, that's. I mean, you know, I'm not building spaceships, am I?
Right.
You know, it's. I see Ken saying there's no other BMC vids out. Ken, you're so right, mate. I think they're about as rare as rocking horse poo. Hi, Edward Thomas. Good to see you. Yeah. What's the other one? Rocking horse poo or
Hen's teeth.
Hen's teeth.
Hen's teeth.
I couldn't think of it, Scotty. Thank you, mate. But there we go. Whatever, we'll move on. I'm going to crack on with that Mountfield. Because of the money I gave it, I can afford to strip it down and get it powder coated, make it look really nice.
Yeah.
I'd get them sandblasted and powder coated for about £20, which is really cheap. It's not worth buying my own equipment.
Mm. Yeah, powder coating, the only thing you'd need is a good oven, huh?
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, big enough oven, Henry. That's the other thing. You know, a deck. I mean, a lawnmower deck is quite an unwieldy type thing, isn't it? Really, it's not that small, is it?
No, Mrs. H would want you to put it in the oven in the kitchen, huh?
How to upset the wife or what? What's the temperature they're supposed to be the bake at? Do you know?
I don't know. You'd have to see Project Man for that.
Yeah, or Martin Butler.
Right.
He seems to be able to do all that stuff. He's well switched on guy. He's it's quite amazing when you go on these sites.
Yeah.
And just see the amount of knowledge that's out there.
Oh yeah, everybody's interested in something different too, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. It's
Like Scotty here. I couldn't do what he does with the computers. You know, he's good in layout and all
Yeah.
that stuff. You know.
Yeah, I'm going to be rearranging the whole computer setup in
Oh
the
yeah.
coming future, so
So
it's
what
not
do
even
you
going to be in this location.
you use all Windows products or what?
Yeah, I do actually have an Apple that's chilling there, but
Okay, yeah. Now,
it's very outdated and I don't really function how I need it to. So that'll be packed away when I'm doing the setup, the new
what would you
setup.
what would
So
you prefer, Windows or Apple?
Windows, yeah, Windows,
And why is that?
yeah. Because I just find with Apple you end up paying for more things than you really need to, and when they get aged, they just start not functioning properly because Apple likes to slow things down.
Huh. Because I went from Windows to Apple products. I've had so many troubles with Windows products that I was fed up. That's why I went to Apple.
Yeah.
And everything I own now is Apple. The watch, the laptop, the iPads, and everything. You know, and I
Yeah.
never have a problem with the Apples. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Even my
I
phone.
just see interest in there, Henry.
I
Sorry,
used to be quite Apple, but
Taylor, he's got the same mower as I have, the same problem.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, he has the same problems I do. Don't worry, Tinker and Taylor. If I find out, you'll
I'll
find
take
it.
either, Edward. I'll take either, red or green.
See, so there's two of us looking for this information.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Did you like look at my loaf, by the way, Henry?
Say again.
Did you see the picture of my loaf I just cooked?
Oh yeah, looks like it.
Hey, look at that! Look, hey.
Yep, nice.
Oh,
And is that in one of those machines that you just?
no, sir. No, sir. Well, I prove it in a Kenwood mixer. I get fresh yeast from Tesco's here in the city because it makes better bread, and with a little bit of knowledge from the internet because that's where it comes from. I can produce a loaf of bread like that. Incidentally, if you ever want to learn about
All right.
English or British cooking, there's nothing better, in my opinion, by a chap by the name of John Kirkwood. Look him up, Henry. You will find some recipes on there that you can give the missus to cook you of really good old-fashioned English cooking. Not Victorian, nothing like that. But he's a retired chef.
All right.
And I follow him. One of my other joys in life, apart from lawnmowers and small engines and fly rod fixing, is cooking.
Yeah. Well, before the gentleman that lived next to me died, he used to make me loaves of bread, but he would just take the ingredients and throw it in this one machine, and within a few hours, boom, you had a loaf.
A bread maker.
Yeah.
Bread maker, yeah. To be honest, they turn out really nice product, Henry. But to be honest with you, mate, being able to do something like that, from the beginning to the end, I get a great deal of pleasure from. We're off. It's the wife's birthday tomorrow, as I probably said earlier on.
Yep.
And she's asked to go to the New Forest here in Wiltshire. So we're going down there to see some friends, or see a friend of hers. Just bought a house down there for a picnic.
You're not no more lockdown?
No, we're allowed now to meet 6 people, I think, or whatever, outside.
Okay, great.
See Edward Thomas there. So we're allowed to meet up with other people. We're going to have a picnic, and that'll be really, really nice. And then back home tomorrow night. And she's asked for a birthday dinner, would you believe, of all things, a Chinese takeaway. of all things. I mean, I would cook her anything, but she'd ask for Chinese takeaway because we don't have takeaway very often. I've not actually allowed it because she says no. So we'll push the boat out tomorrow night, and then worry about our tummies the following day.
Yeah. I have takeaway every Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday is
Right.
and Chinese on Wednesday, and Friday's pizza.
Oh wow, yeah.
Wow.
We're lucky. Very close to us, literally 3 minutes away in a lay-by. Do you have a lay-bys in? You know what I mean by a lay-by, Henry? It's
No.
like an off-road parking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
From us, yeah. There's a Greek van takeaway van that does kebabs and things like this. And honest to goodness me, it is just so good. They are so good. You know, there's an old story that you've had a good night out when you wake up with kebab all around there because you've gone in face first. You know, you're full of beer. No, there's no MSG on the kebab either, Ken. This guy
Can you see Roy's messages?
Sorry?
Can you see Roy's messages in the chat? He's asking if you can see his messages. Roy's voice messages.
I can see his chat. Let's have a look in hang on, mate. Only on the public one. Let's have a look.
Yeah. He's been asking about this BMC. Let me see if I can find it.
Let's have a look, mate. Sorry. Can't see nothing, mate. Hang on.
What do you put?
I'll tell you what I'll do. Sorry.
Hang on. Where is it? He was asking if the drive's still stuck on the BMC.
Is it stuck on? The answer would be no. The pin goes through the drive shaft, and that engages on the inside of the drive cog, but there's nothing stuck on. Just trying to see Roy's the boy there. I think Roy has got my email address. Roy, if you can get the message, that's my email address, mate. Give us a bell. But the answer would be the drive shaft comes from. Well, hang on, let's go back to the beginning. Belt from the motor pulley through the gearbox, producing either left-hand or right-hand drive on a live axle. The end of the axle, there's a hole with a pin through it. That pin then engages the inside of the drive cog that fits the inside of the wheel. Does that make any sense, Henry? To me, it does.
Yep, very good.
Yeah, so I don't think there's nothing jammed that I'm aware of. Let's go back to comments.
Your YouTube must be on because I hear myself talking through you.
Yeah. I mean, I've actually looked at this so long, Henry, and I've convinced myself that it can't work. Mark's asking me what Mountfield got. It's dark out there now at the moment, Mark. It's electric start, self-drive, and part of the label's missing. It looks like it could be 2006, but it could be 16. Well, it won't be 16. But it looks all in pieces. Roy said, I see Roy's got some comments on it now. Cogs on the wrong side. I've tried that, Roy, either side. They're actually marked L and R, the cogs. They're actually marked up, which confuses me.
Did anybody determine on which way you look at a mower to find out which is left and which is right?
Good point, Henry.
You got a good point there. Yeah.
Yeah, I assume that I stand behind the mower looking forward and left and right. Looking forward, standing behind the machine.
Right.
Not
But that doesn't go the same for like vehicles, because you have to be looking at the vehicle, the front bumper, and then you determine that's right and that's left. So is it the same way in the mechanical field, or is it because we think it's left and right looking from the back end or the driver seat?
I've never heard of that, Henry, to be honest with you. I've always gone offside and near side.
Uh-huh.
In which case, then that would always be sat behind the mower looking forward, or sat in the car looking forward. Near
Yes.
side and offside, which
I
for the
don't-
Americans is opposite to us.
Yeah. But over here, you have to be looking at the bumper, the front bumper, and the left side would be, the left, which is the opposite
Right.
side of what we drive in, and the right side would be the side we drive. You see?
Right, which is completely opposite to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody
Yeah,
come
Roy's
up-
asking, have I tried changing them over? Yes, I have, Roy. Yeah, I've tried lots of things, mate. It's got to be simple. It's got to be. I mean, I've realised about spacers, about thrust washers, pins. I've even ordered 2 new pins. Didn't make a blind bit of difference.
No. And the pins are really loose in there too, huh?
Yeah, they are. They just flop about, mate. They just move about. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's
Weird.
It's sort of gathered the minds of many clever people on the internet on small engines and lawnmowers that far cleverer than what I am, but still can't suss it out. I mean, I am going to take it up to Mick. Now, the plan was I was going to take it up on Friday, but Mrs. H is not working, so she's home, so I won't be doing that. The interesting to see Tinker and Taylor. When I did mine, it's from the back looking forward, pushing the mower. Absolutely right. Then Thomas Andrews says, time to walk away. Yeah, and I really have got to the point. The problem is, as Henry will tell you, I don't like letting go.
Nope.
Because as sure as eggs is great eggs, there'll be another one coming next week.
Yep.
And the difference being this time is it won't get past the front gate because it'll be told to bugger off. Roy's asking, is there a drive engagement lever? No, Roy, it's not, mate. It works purely on the angle of the gearbox pulley, which is has a spring tension to it, which either allows the belt to slip on the pulley or to engage on the pulley. Does that make sense again, Henry?
Well, the tension bar, right? When you pull the tension bar, it takes the drive and pulls it back, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it literally just puts tension on the belt.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no gearbox. There is no gearbox per se. No.
Right.
Yeah, it's. I do wish somebody would come up here and say, Phil, this is what you got to do. And honest to God, I have tried everything. I've got tensioner spring. Oh, look. It becomes a subject of conversation, doesn't it?
It does.
We'll sort it out, mate. We'll sort it out. Don't you worry.
And then once you do, you're going to say, that was easy.
Yeah, it will be a light bulb moment, won't it? It will be. I'm sure it will be. And all the time, my mate who wants this damn mower, He said, "Is it ready? Is it ready?" Well, no, the engine is. The motor's really good motor. Oh yeah. Oh look. Oh yeah, it's good. I mean, oh hang on, fly it. Get out of it. You can have it as it is if you like. It just means you can't pull it backwards.
Right.
Roy, it's a BMC lawn racer, and I can even give you. Sorry, Henry and Scotty.
No problem.
It's 105363, Roy. 105363 is the model number. That's the model number, mate. And I've been online, as no Ken has, and I'm sure a few other people have, trying to find the model number. Go on, Henry, admit it. You have, haven't you?
Of course.
Yeah. There's about 25 different models. Oh, whatever. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Tomorrow time, 9 o'clock at night. Our clocks went forward.
Yeah.
We have now light evenings, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's screwing me sleep pattern up completely.
Really? Does it bother you like that much, Scotty?
Well, put it this way: the day that it went forward, I was awake until like 5:30.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I must have. I'm one of the lucky people, I guess, that I go to bed and I die. I can go to sleep literally in 2 minutes. I am asleep.
Wow.
The problem is staying asleep. You know, about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you think, no, the toilet beckons.
Yeah. 2 or 3 times sometimes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that and 5 o'clock. In fact, I've never broke the 5 o'clock time because I spent many years getting up at 5 to go to work. I used to have to travel 50-something miles each day there and back again.
Yeah.
To start work at 7:30. And I just go to bed at 10 o'clock every night, and I'll be up at 5 o'clock every night to go to work.
Right.
And to this day, I cannot break it. I automatically wake up at 5 o'clock, you know?
I'm the same way.
It's weird, isn't it, mate? It is weird.
Sometimes
you know,
I travel an hour and a half to get to wherever the job site was.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have to travel only 15 minutes, but I was still up at 5.
Yeah. But I mean, if I'm honest, I actually quite like getting up early in the morning. I quite liked, and I clearly remember driving to work during the late spring, early summer, when everything's fresh and clean and sunny.
Yeah.
Actually enjoying that time of day. You know?
Yes, sir. So it was my thinking time, you know? It was like, as I was driving, my mind would go through everything I have to do, you know? It was my time to think, basically, yeah.
Sure. I mean, I can remember as a boy, I used to have a paper round when I was a boy. I don't know, about 11, 12, whatever it was, because in those days you could do that. And even then, I enjoyed being up early in the morning. I think now in my, is it adage they call it? Dosage, whatever. I'm not that old. I've become lazy, I think. You know, I could get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I could. I choose not to. See, that's the difference. I now have a choice.
Yeah. Now I get up at 5, get on the computer and see all the people, you know, that downloaded something. I go through all their sites, you know.
Yeah. I can turn around and go back to bed. I must admit, Henry, I can turn around and go. We have a bit of a saying in our household. I'll have 2 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but 2 more minutes is a bit longer than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Stuart, good to see you, mate. Welcome.
How come Stu didn't jump on?
Well, I don't know. Stuart, he's more than welcome. Let's see if he's about this. I haven't heard from Mick either. I'm not sure where Mick is either. He might be at work as well. So, where are we? Boom. Yeah, if Stuart's about to be, well, everybody's welcome. Of course they are.
Yeah, and Kenny's probably just driving home from work right now.
Okay, yeah, because I tend to miss Ken a little bit because I tend to be sort of finished before he manages to get home.
Yeah.
I'm half expecting a parcel from him in the next week or so.
Yeah. Did you ever get that carburetor I gave him for you?
Not yet, mate.
Maybe that's in that parcel.
Well, I think I got the impression that's what's going to be in there, Henry.
Okay.
You be sure if it turns up, mate, I'll be thanking you.
Yeah. You never found.
Funny you say that. I see Martin Butler has got the same mower. He's going to restore. Funny enough.
Oh yeah.
The Kabuto, but no, I'm hanging on to that. You never know.
Yeah.
I was only saying to my mate earlier on that I'm not a great one of getting rid of stuff. I like to hoard. I can't think of anybody else like that. Can you, Henry?
Nope.
Not
Not me.
Give us a wave, mate. Give us a wave if you can. Here we go. Hello, Ken. Welcome, mate. Good to see you.
Hey, what's up?
There's Ken.
Welcome,
Yeah,
Ken. How are you, mate?
Long day.
A fun day.
Yeah, 10 hours and then Friday off. So, all right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, we've... I see you saw my video. You were less than impressed with my short video.
No, the first one, then you made up for it. You did something well. Though at first, I thought you were using the dullest tool in the world because that screeching was like nails on a blackboard until it started hitting a good edge.
Yeah, yeah. I found out what that was, actually. The tool was too high on the work.
Oh, okay.
I mean, normally when you set a lathe up, you should set up just fractionally below the center, not above the center.
Yeah, we used to use a scale with a couple of pointed centers, live or dead center, and you put a scale in between, you adjust it so the scale just stays straight up and down.
Yeah, you should be just below center.
Yeah,
and I was a bit high. I actually had to take the tool out and reset it in the quick tool, quick change tool. I had to reset it.
Did you board it all, or you just did drilling?
Say again, Ken?
Did you just drill, or did you drill then bore?
No, I just drilled, mate. I went in for a center drill, then a small drill, larger drill, straight into the full size. I mean, it's not a spaceship. I got a boring tool, but there's no point in setting it all up for that tiny piece of work. And I couldn't go.
So when you heading out?
Sorry.
When are you headed out to mix?
Yeah, let's see. I was going Friday, but Mrs. H is not working this Friday coming, so we're not going anywhere. So it'll be a few days.
There you go.
It'll be interesting, mate. But Henry and I and Scotty just talking about it. You know, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for it. I want to see it.
Well, you know, Mick will end up making a video about it. You know that.
Oh, yeah. I guess you can name it How I Saved Congress Horse.
You just finished work there, Ken, I guess, yeah?
Yeah, today was 5:30 to 4.
Right. Long day.
Yeah, but then I have Friday off, so it's not bad.
Okay. Yeah, Scotty, you're disappearing below the screen, matey.
Yeah, I'm sliding. I'm sliding.
You're sliding down. You're going to be in the bottom of the screen in a minute, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna head down because got a few bits to do.
Yeah,
tonight.
all right, mate. Good to see you.
Right. So, see you in the next one.
Scotty.
Yeah, you take care, mate. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
That's all right.
Cheers, Scotty.
Cheers, mate. Bye bye.
Yeah, we were talking about bits and pieces there.
Hang on a minute. Let's bring you up, Henris.
See the storage?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my Lord. Yeah, there you go.
But see, when you work on writing machines, you store bigger parts, you know? Yeah, and then try to find a place for them, right? Well, here's a...
Yeah, I must admit, I don't think I want to get involved with ride-ons.
Yeah, here's more writers, see?
Oh, wow. Yeah. I was offered one the other day, funny enough, and I turned it down.
Yeah.
So I said, I don't want nothing for it. It won't start.
Yeah.
I just don't have, I don't have the room, mate.
I got to be like Kenny. I got to go make a trip to the dump or have the guy the scrapper come and pick up a bunch of stuff, you know?
Yeah. Did you see?
A couple of 10-yard dumpsters.
Yeah.
You see Stobby's video today or yesterday? He made some big money on some copper.
Oh, yeah. A lot of money on copper. Yeah.
He did really. I mean, I put a message on there like saying, you know, it's good to see all that hard work. It's, you know, it pays off eventually because
Yeah.
there's a lot of work in it. You know, it's a lot of money, a lot of work.
Yeah, you got to hang on to it. Well, when the prices go up, then you bring it. You know?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, did they ever get that squared away in the canal?
Yeah. It's on its way now, Ken. I can't believe a huge ship like that is going to be affected by a bit of wind. Do you? I think the only bit of wind would be the coming out the captain's backside.
Yeah. And
that's the only wind.
How
You
many
won't have
ships?
it after that.
I don't think he'll have a job tomorrow morning when he gets back. Do you?
Nah.
Nope.
I wonder how many ships are waiting to cross, you know? It was 3 days,
Said
4 days?
350 ships.
Yeah. They're talking about so many billions of pounds are lost every day when he was there.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh,
Yeah, it's up to like $3 billion lost right now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, you've got to sort of stand back and just realise just what engineering feat it was to have built that damn thing. I think 1.5 million people were involved in digging that over 10 years.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, wow. I mean, digging sand.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when you go on a beach, on a sand beach, if you dig sand, it all falls back in again.
Yep.
Yeah.
So did they have that problem or how did it work?
I don't know. They probably had like a vacuum system. It sucks it and throws it on the side, and then the water just drops back in, you know?
Yeah, I don't think when they actually built it, Henry, they had vacuum systems. I think they had what they call hydraulic systems.
Yeah,
Built
but
by hand.
they must have maintenance on that because eventually.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Eventually, it builds up again, you know. So they got to be able to keep that path open.
Yeah,
How deep
It's
those?
it's one of the things I'd like to do. The wife and I would like to do that on one of our cruises to go through the Suez Canal.
Yeah.
I would like to do. I'd like to do that. I'd enjoy that. I think. And then somebody's
The passenger ships go through there.
Tinker Taylor's saying on there, and he's absolutely right. There's at least 7 ships got live animals on there, and there's real concerns now that obviously those animals, how they're going to get looked after.
Yeah.
Cool.
They were talking about ship cranes that were going to go out there and start unloading.
Yeah, I don't think they've had to do that, Ken. I think they've now got it moved, and they've moved it up to one of the is it 3 lakes that join the canal together, sort of deep water. They're going to get it up there and check things over. But it's I must admit, if you were the captain, you'd be thinking, I might not be working next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they do when they're asleep?
Yeah.
I always thought they were towed through the canal, but I think that's the Panama Canal, isn't it? They get towed through.
Yeah, they got like train tracks on both
Yeah,
sides.
yeah. So they don't obviously do that as far as the Suez concerns. It's
Well, that was one of the biggest ships go through there, huh?
yeah, yeah,
Three baseball football fields long.
yeah. The big old ship, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you, John T. Yeah, good to see you, mate. Thank you. Looks like we lost Ken again. He's dropped out.
Yeah, he's probably close to home. Probably he's going to switch over.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. Are you working on anything at the moment, Henry, or are you still taking life easy?
What I'm working on is to get everything I got out from when I buried it last year.
Okay.
I'm getting it all out. Then I could sort through what I really, really want to work on and what I don't. You know?
Yeah, I mean, do you find that you're finding stuff you've forgotten you had there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. And then by then, hopefully the beam to beam control for the internet is going to come. And then I'm going to set that up instead of digging a trench from the house to the shed. You know.
Yeah.
And,
it'd be really interesting if you can, as you say, beam it from your workshop, because there's a whole load of us that would be really interested to watch that, mate.
yeah. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be interesting. And of course, this Saturday, I think, is it Taro's going on live with Mick as well, isn't he, this Saturday?
Yeah, 1 o'clock our time, and I guess it's 7 o'clock your time. I guess 6 o'clock.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so
that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I was watching Taro the other day. He had Mick's hat on.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. He did a hot cold removal of some tines on a rotavator.
Right. Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I had to use the torch to heat it up, and
hot code. Yeah, it certainly works. Tim, I don't believe I do, mate. One of your stickers. Good to have one though.
I gotta go inside. I'll be back shortly.
Yeah, all right, Ken. Yeah, nice and sunny over there. Although we've had a lovely day here, to be honest with you. Lovely spring morning today.
We had nice, clear, shiny day, but it was only in the 40s or our 40s.
Okay, yeah, I think we got about 18 C, whichever. What's 18 C? I don't know what it is. Early 20s. I actually sat down in a chair out in the garden this morning with a cup of coffee, watching the aeroplanes go across, because we're under the flight path. When stuff comes in from America into London, we're about 20 minutes out, you know? So we see all the planes still at high altitude as they start to make their approach.
18C is like 65 degrees.
Okay, yeah. Well, for us, Henry, that's quite warm for us.
Yeah.
It's I had a nice. Yeah, to be honest with you, I've had a nice day today. You know, it's.
We were 5, 6. Celsius, 5 to 6.
Hi, Edward Burke. Good to see you, mate. Sorry if I missed anybody. If I missed anybody, I apologise if I have. Tommy, I see you guys and the rest of it. Yeah, apologise for that. I'm not particularly good at running this. It's you end up just having a chat with Henry. Quite frankly, it's rather nice. I don't think anybody else is interested in our meanderings, Henry, but that doesn't bother me in the slightest, mate.
Yeah. And we all look at chats. We listen to people, even though we're not interested. There's many groups that I just listen to. I don't intervene with.
Yeah. I am the same actually. I had a conversation with somebody the other day. It can become addictive if you're not careful.
Yeah, definitely.
And there are certain things that I will put myself out to watch and listen. I like, obviously, with Mick, Snobby, I enjoy listening and joining into occasionally, and of course Busters and Ken's, and there's others, and you'll forgive me if I forget their names, but I enjoy either just joining in or just sat on the side listening, and I really do enjoy that. I learn stuff. That's the thing. It's quite amazing the sort of info that comes out. I had no idea that scrap copper was worth so much money.
Now you're going to collect copper.
No, my missus would not allow me to do that. It's no, but I was amazed at. There's a lot of work goes into it. I know it does, but wow, I was really impressed.
Yeah, and then you got copper that looks like copper, but it's not. It's aluminum,
Things like, is it called heavy copper or dirty copper or some such? I had no idea. There all this different terminology. Right. Nope. Now I've learned stuff there from Snobby, obviously, who I'm looking forward to. By the way, going fishing this summer. I'm really hoping he's going to come down.
Yeah.
I'll teach him how to fly fish because I know he's a coarse fisherman, but I'll teach him how to fly fish. And it'd be really nice, like meeting Mick, to meet people in the person. It's great. I look forward to it.
The time I went fly fishing, I was out there whipping that thing and everything, and then all of a sudden I whip it, and all of a sudden I get caught in my ear. Try to take that barb out of your ear.
Yeah. You got to cut the barb off, mate. There's a guy over here. You would probably have to Google, chap by the name of Jack Hargreaves. Google him. He used to do TV programs way back in it must be the 70s, even the 80s. I don't know. And he was actually a townie, but lived in the country, and he learned his country, the ways of the country, especially in the West Country. Yep. And he'd do all sorts of. He would just sit there. In fact, I made reference to him a couple of videos ago when I just sat there yapping away, and I become aware that I'd become Jack Hargreaves.
Oh yeah.
I'm just sat there talking about absolutely nothing. But Jack was a big fisherman. He was a big shooter. He was a big countryman. And where I live here near Salisbury, as you know, there's a friend of ours called, and he's passed with us now, he's no longer with us, called John Shepherd. John, bless you, upstairs, who was a poacher turned gamekeeper.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. Now John Shepherd taught me and dozens of other men and late women how to fly fish. He taught us all. And he always said one of his sayings was, "There's more fish caught 6 foot in front of you than there ever is 60 foot away from it." And it's very true.
I gotta agree with that because I used to do a lot of river fishing, and I'm over there casting away, trying to get that thing as far as I can get it, And here comes this little girl. She had a little pole, maybe 2 feet long. She throws it right in front of her, and she catches this trout.
Yeah, I know. And he was so right, and he taught us all how to fly fish. Now he was the biggest rogue you'd ever meet. He got banned from it because where we live is all chalk stream. It's beautiful rivers and beautiful clear water, and a lot of what they call put and take lakes. Where you have to kill the fish. Yeah. And they're all fed from chalk streams. And he was banned from every one of them because he would poach the fish. He'd steal all the fish, But he helped Jack Hargreaves do the filming for fishing, or so he tells us. And he would catch the fish and then hand the rod to Jack Hargreaves, who would then film him catching a fish. Now, that was Sever's what he said to us. But what you've just said about the year reminded me, because John said there was another guy very similar to Jack Hargreaves, did TV programs. Ollie Kite, his name was. And John used to do the same thing for him, help him catch fish and stuff. And one particular day, they were doing a TV program on what happens if you catch the fly in a tree or a bush. How to get it out, because obviously, that's what happens. Yeah. And Ollie Kite and John tells us the story. He says, "Right, I've caught the fly up on the tree. This is how you get it out. You pull it straight. Pull it straight. Bugger," he said. And the fly had come out the rod and gone straight into his ear.
Yeah.
Straight in his ear. When you were talking about Ollie Kite, his name was. But look him up, Jack Hargreaves.
Yeah.
You would. It's very, very old TV now.
Yeah.
Out of Town it was called, and then another thing was called Old Country. Tommy Hanlon saying there, and it was called Old Country. Recommend it. It's good, quiet entertainment.
Yeah. We have a lot of guys that do a lot of bass fishing out down south. So they're in their bass boats and they're flying in the lakes, from one place to another to see who can catch the biggest fish.
Yeah, fluff checking ever. You talk about the bass catch. They always seem to catch hold of the fish by the bottom lip and hold them up.
Oh yeah, to show.
Why is that, Henry? Why do they catch hold of the fish like that?
The big mouth bass, yeah. They you pick them up by their lip like that, and then you can get the hook out.
Right.
Yeah.
Do they have
10 pounds? They're huge.
Do they have teeth and stuff that you got to be careful of?
No, not at all. No. I mean, you can catch a bass by holding something in your hand, wiggling it around in the water, and they'll come and get it.
Really? Wow. Yeah.
Or you could count the ducklings when the babies are born. You can count them at 12. The next day you can count 10.
Yeah.
They eat baby ducklings, actually.
Yeah. We have the pike that will take baby ducklings over here in Zander and stuff. You're quite right. But that's part of nature at the end of the day.
But pike got some big teeth, no?
Oh yeah. I know when I was coarse fishing, I was always I used to go out fishing for them, and a local hotel would always buy any pike up to £7.
Is that right?
They would serve it in the restaurant.
Nice.
And I used to catch these damn things. I was always frightened of them. So they used to kill them,
Yeah. We got what they call pickerel over here too. They look like pike, but they're smaller,
Yeah.
Called pickerel.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Tim Tower, yes. I don't think I have one of your stickers, mate. You'd like to send me one? I'll be very kind of you. If you let me have your email address, I'll send my address to you, mate. I do enjoy me fishing, as you know. I've got quite a lot of business coming recently for repairs and stuff. normally for fly rods, but not always. I got a couple of carp rods I fixed for somebody the other day. Managed to snap the tip off.
Yeah, they do a lot of carp fishing over there, huh?
Yeah.
And are they tasty or what?
Sorry?
Do you eat them, carp?
No. Certainly here in the UK, carp fishermen take it very seriously. They have some of these fish are years old. They grow into huge creatures.
Yeah.
Now in France, they get even bigger fish. They grow them. The problem is that with the greatest respect, our Polish friends eat carp for special occasions, and unfortunately, when they've come over here to work, they've gone to our lakes and caught these carp and killed them and ate them, and they've not been best pleased for these. Oh dear, oh dear. Yes,
they're bottom feeders.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Although you catch them on the top, they float in bread and stuff things like that. They will take.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
I used to go.
suckers. They have like
Yeah.
a suction mouth.
Yeah,
In the rivers, they go around up and down the rivers, and they get pretty big size, you know.
yeah. We have them here. God, what they called? They call them the Queen of the River. Garble. They have a garble. It has like feelers on the lips, and they will go along the bottom.
Yeah.
Very, very strong fish. Yeah.
Yeah, but when we were younger, we caught a couple of them. And we brought them home to have Mom take care, cook them.
Yeah.
Nah, they stunk cooking, and they tasted worse than what they stunk like.
Yeah, they taste and smell of mud.
Oh yeah, and they had two color in their meat. They had a light meat and a dark meat, and
yeah, we used to always say, boil them in a saucepan for 20 minutes, throw away the fish, throw away the water, and eat the saucepan.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, it's oh dear. I mean, freshwater eels. A lot of people eat those jelly deals. They have them in London. I've never tried one. To be honest with you, I never quite found. They always say the bone is like a dart, like a three-part bone. If you look at the end, do you know darts? We use darts in England in our pub games. Yeah, you've got 3 flights. Yeah,
Okay.
Through an eel, they say that's what it looks like.
Is that right?
They cook them in gelatine, but
that's like eating.
Yeah, why would you want to? Quite frankly, I'll leave that bit. You can have mine if you want. Mine, I like black pudding. You see, and not everybody likes black pudding. You see, so this is made with pig's blood.
I have something that doesn't die right away. It's like the catfish and the eels. They say they don't die right away. They could stay out hours and hours, and even after you skin them, they still move. I can't.
Yeah, I think it's more nerves than anything else, don't you? What do you think?
Yeah.
But, yeah, you're quite. I know eels. We were taught years and years ago. You'd nail when you brought them home. You'd nail them to the back door with a nail through the head. Cut the skin around. And you skin them down that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are pretty bloody cruel at the end of the day, aren't they?
Well, when you were hungry, right?
If you eat anything when you're hungry, mate. Yeah.
My dad, he was in a concentration camp in Russia, and they ate mice, they ate skunk, anything they could find,
Absolutely.
They'd fight over whatever was crawling around,
And as you say, if you're hungry, you'll eat any damn thing.
Yeah.
You'll even eat my bread.
Your bread. Hammer and chisel.
Yeah. Jason, good to see you, mate. Yeah, Barwood Grading are the Queen of the River. Yeah, absolutely right, mate. Yeah, it's I only ever caught one barbel. I got a photograph of it somewhere to this very day. I was very proud of it. And all the years, it was years, and the hours I spent carp fishing, which is basically meant you sat by the side of a lake with your rods in the water for hour after hour. And only once did I ever catch a carp. And this thing was not huge. It was, I don't know, 10, 12 pounds, whatever. And I managed to get it right the way into the bank with my mate with a landing net to get it on. And as it came to the landing net, the bloody thing fell off the hook. And I've never forgotten it. It's the nearest thing I've ever caught a carp. And that friend of mine, to this day, still fishes for carp. And he's caught these huge things by now, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, well, whatever. So.
Yeah, we all got fish stories, you know.
Yeah, the one that got away and stuff. Yeah.
Well,
but you go to you watch these guys now go to the riverbank or the lake. They're taking half their house with them.
Yeah.
On trolleys and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Jason Summers, you come to Salisbury. Oh well, welcome. Let us know whereabouts too, mate. Yeah, I mean, we're lucky actually. A friend of ours next door is a match fisherman. He's known quite well throughout the nationally known quite well as a fisherman, and he does it for competitions. And I think he earns, he wins quite a lot of things, a lot of money and stuff. But he spends absolutely hours practicing and getting all his gear ready and stuff. You know, it becomes, well, almost an obsession, I guess. But, yeah. He's not asked me to fix a rod for him yet, though. So wait.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Well, I'm like that. Once I start a project and all of a sudden, I get involved in it, I'll buy the best equipment, this equipment, that equipment. I'm the same.
I'm the same, Henry. I'm the same. Annie Rex is a bit like a gambler. You get hold of something and you can't let it go. You know. Yeah, I'm exactly the same.
And my wife says, "I'm lucky I'm not a drug addict." I'd be in drugs really bad.
Yeah, even all the gear, all the tools, all the equipment, all the rest of it, it's got to be the best you could afford.
Right.
And I'm terrible. I won't throw stuff away. I won't, I'll give stuff away. And often it's the case, with people, friends say, "Oh, can I borrow so and so?" Yeah, of course you can. And that's the last you see of it.
Yeah.
And that happens on a regular basis.
I won a sign from Dusty a month ago, and it says about tools. They're my tools. Don't touch the tools. And, there's all kind of rules about tools.
Yeah. There is Mrs. H there coming through. Henry said hello.
Happy birthday!
The birthday girl that's about to be a birthday girl.
Happy birthday!
Hi. Gotta feed the dogs.
Yeah.
She also needs a haircut.
Yes.
We reckon she looks like Myra Hindley.
Shut up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Beautiful woman. Beautiful.
Yeah. Awful.
Bless her.
Oh, no need to be so patronising.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So dogs feeding time at the zoo.
Yeah.
Henry?
Yeah.
This Henry, not that Henry.
Yeah. Henry is being fed, not this Henry on the stream, by the way. The dog's called Henry.
Yeah, popular name lately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Good name, yeah.
Jason says happy birthday, Bob.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Very kind.
Gotta let my cat in. She likes going
And
out.
Tinker Taylor says happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I see you on.
Cat wants to go out 16 times a day.
Put the ironing board away.
You're on the move there, Henry. Doing a bit of exercise there, boy.
Yeah. Well, the cat. I get a cat that comes in the front door, goes out the back door. all day long.
Yeah, it's we've managed to book ourselves a three night break. I think I might have told you actually, a 3 night break around the UK on a ship. Come is it July, I think it is, with some friends who's their 60th birthday. Sorry, love. Yeah, on the Britannia. Yeah. So we've had to find somebody to look after the dogs, and it's really quite difficult. Oh, Tim says happy birthday, bud.
Yeah, especially for that one dog that keeps on going out every so often,
Well, yeah, because I mean he's an old man now, and you've got to keep an eye on him. Put it that way.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to have somebody live in, basically.
Yeah. We've found somebody who normally takes the dogs out for a walk anyway.
Okay.
And she said, "Well, I'll stay in your house for 3 nights." I do hope she realizes what she's letting herself in for. Because I mean, sometimes you walk in here, it's like a tsunami.
Yeah.
If you don't keep an eye on him, like, whoa, lordy.
Yeah.
But he's a very old man now. He can, oh, bless him. He got a job to stand up. But a friend of ours was called in today with Anne's birthday card, and she's a dog walker, looks after dogs,
Uh-huh.
And same she said, he's relatively healthy. He still enjoys a walk. He's not in pain. Would you put a dog down just because he pees on the floor?
No.
Well, no, I'm not going to. He can't do it. I owe the dog a lot more than that, mate. He's the best dog I've ever had. He's 16 and a half now.
Yeah.
And I owe him,
Yeah, and you hate putting them down. It's like, you feel worse than a person dying,
Well, yeah, but I mean, when's the right time? I don't know, mate. I really don't know the right time.
Yeah. Well, the last one I put down was he went blind and he walked in circles, and it was time. For a collie to be 15 years old is like 3 years over.
Yeah.
It was time. And
but was he in pain, Henry? Was he in pain? Did he have a good life?
He had a great life, yeah. But he was in pain because he started getting these swelling things on his body, and it's like, is it a torture to keep him alive or not?
Yeah.
So when we brought him to the vet, I stayed with him. I petted his head.
Yeah.
Gave him the jab, and he went to sleep, and at least I was there with him.
Yeah. See, now I will be in tears. You see, that's my problem.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then maybe you didn't love your dog as much as you thought you did. I don't know. It's hey.
He's still a fighter.
Yeah, the younger one, she has a go, but she's all right. But he's not in pain. He enjoys a walk, although he's a bit slow now. He sleeps most of the day. I'm not having him put down for the sake of it.
No.
If he was he's 16 and a half. He's an old man.
Yeah.
If I thought for 1 minute, Henry, he was in pain, tomorrow morning, he will be in the vets.
Yeah.
And he will be put to sleep quietly. But I know he's not in pain.
Right.
He got terrible bad breath, mine. His teeth are not very good, He's not getting close yet. Oh, probably,
For some reason, those little dogs, the Chihuahuas and French Poodles and all them, they got bad breath after a while.
Yeah. Well, I think their teeth go off eventually, because in the wild, normally the teeth would just drop out, or they swallow them. But there he sat there now. Look, he's drinks about a gallon of water, pees about 3 gallons.
Yep.
Bit like me, really.
You just came in. Now you want to go back out? See that?
There you go. Look. There you go.
My wife's going to do
it. Yeah. Well, Henry, I'm going to think I love you and leave you, mate. I think we've had our yap. We've quite enjoyed it, as always.
Very good. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Too bad Ken didn't come back on, but
Well, yeah, I was hoping he might come up, but obviously, well, after a day's work, he probably wants to shower up and
yeah.
clean up and all the rest of it. We can give him a few minutes. Of course, we can. Be nice to speak to him. But
you did the video for him,
No, he did. I put it on there for him. So he did ask. He said, "I've never seen this lathe work yet, so I thought it was about time I put something on there." It's there we go. It's I quite enjoyed doing it as well. I went on a couple of day courses on how to use a lathe some years ago, and I'm by no means am I a fitter and turner by any means. The big thing I was taught was safety.
Yeah.
I mean, these things don't forgive you.
Yeah, no ties, no loose clothes.
Absolutely right, mate. Absolutely right. And if you watch the video, there was a couple of things when it went bang. And I think what it was on the stock I was using, there was some wear on the shaft that when I cut into it, I hit a high spot.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I checked the tool. The tool itself is fine.
Yeah.
Hi, Grandpa Kevin. Good to see you, as always. When everything goes bang, your first thing you think, "Oh, well, I've either broken a tool here or whatever." But it's anyway.
Yeah.
All seems well.
I'm going to get off for a minute here. I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right, Henry. I'll just pop the invite out again once more just to see if anybody's about. And I know hopefully Ken might come back. Let's have a look. See, there we go. Right. Good grief.
I know.
Our whites? You can afford to buy our whites? Good God.
Ah, well, because it was in Home Bargains.
Yeah, for £1.
$1.39.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so here we are. I'm talking to myself again. Mrs. H has been here. I got to.
Why are you talking to yourself?
Well, because Ken might come up and so might Henry. But I'll give them a few minutes. They've gone off. They're in America now.
Oh, right.
So they are, 5 hours behind us? I believe. Yeah, there's Henry's back. There he is. There you go, mate. Was that a comfort break, Henry, was it?
That was a proper break for me.
Comfort break, yeah.
Yes.
Not the cat.
You sit here, and it's like...
Yeah, I do know. Cheers, lovey. You end up with the wobbly foot syndrome.
Yeah.
You think, oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh Lordy, yes.
Well,
Yeah, just talking to Anne there, it's birthdays. 60. How old? Well, I'll put it this way. I'm 68, and Anne is younger than me until tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you got a few years to get.
Yeah. So what are you, Henry? You're 62, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just say yeah.
Yeah. 9 years.
Top man, well done. Tommy said, "Where did you pick up the Myford?" Excuse me. It was being sold. I used to work for a company. Well, I used to work for a company called Dyson in their head office, and there was a young engineer there who's owned the lathe, who unfortunately passed away, and eventually his wife or the boy's grandmother decided that she needed to move into a home and had to sell the house, and along with the house was the lathe in the garage and tools. and the guy put it up on our internal marketplace, and I was the first one to. I saw it within a couple of minutes, and went back to him via the internal email, said yes, I want it, and I was the first one there, so therefore I had first choice, and it's got so many tools, including absolutely everything on it, and I paid £350 for it, and I stole it, and I know I stole it. It's worth a lot more than that.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not. It won't be up for sale. My only problem is what happens when I go. I mean, I wouldn't trust my son with it. I wouldn't trust him with it. And you think I'm bad? And obviously my stepson, he's got no interest in it whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I don't quite know what's going to happen with it, actually.
Well, if you think about it, the younger generation really nowadays, how many of them are going to be interested in that?
And that's a shame, because now I do remember, Henry, when I built my trike, and at the time I was living down in Cornwall, I bought this VW Beetle engine, a car, and it had to be cut in half, and one thing and another. And my son then, who was about 8 years old, helped me rip down this VW car. And there's a cut line that you use to, which is online, about where to cut to get the torsion bar and the transaxle out of a VW Beetle. And he gave me a hand, and we had this big 12-inch angle grinder, and he helped me. And I always remember he was holding back one of the wing panels, and I was cutting through, and he let it go.
Oh,
and it sliced my arm from top to bottom. You never see such a mess in all your life. And he found that highly amusing.
He did.
Highly amusing. Oh, Dad's cut I'm going around with 68 million stitches needed,
Wow.
And he's he's not been particularly handy. But what he did learn was I taught him certain things. Things like when he was stripping down an engine, about blocking up holes to make sure nuts and bolts don't go down the hole, and all this old nonsense. And I think he's learnt that stuff, but he's not really mechanically minded. And that's a great shame, really.
Yeah.
But he's good at other stuff, so what do you do? I've said to Anne, when I go, he can have the whole lot out of the workshop, absolutely everything, with one proviso, and that he doesn't sell one single nut and bolt.
Yeah, okay, but
because that's a lifetime's collection from me.
Yeah,
and even my stepson be equally welcome to it. And he's worse than what my son is.
Oh yeah.
He can't screw him square. But the idea being, you can have everything, absolutely, but you mustn't sell a single thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
perhaps that's been a bit hard because obviously, as you know, Henry, and other guys watching this, there's an awful lot of money sat out there.
Oh shit! Yeah.
If you went out and bought, well, put it another way, if you can imagine, if you had to start again for an empty house, completely empty, fill it up.
Yeah.
Just fill up under sink cupboard with all the under cleaning stuff and all the rest of it. How many hundreds of pounds, dollars is there sat there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you go the whole house, all the furniture and all the stuff. It's frightening.
It is.
Because you just gradually get this stuff, and when you get your insurance, they say, "Is your insurance going to cover a rebuild?" And you say, "Yeah, of course it is. 100, 200,000, whatever." never will it ever do it.
No. I counted up, all my Makita drills and everything. I got all sizes, every kind. The bandsaw, the grinders, the what do you call it? The 18 battery, the 12 battery, everything Makita.
Yeah,
If you went out,
thousands of dollars, mate.
yeah, in 1 weekend.
Exactly, exactly right, mate.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's all done in bits and bobs, isn't it? I mean, it's if you took it down to its basics. I bought one drill bit to do this spacer. I paid £7 for it or something. All right, that's one drill bit.
Yeah.
And there must be 200 drill bits out there at the moment.
Yep. And specific drill bits, if there's carbide drill bits, or if they're just soft drill bits, carbon drill bits, all kind of drill bits, and everyone got a different price, and everyone.
Yeah. And some of the guys on the comments there, they're absolutely right. We've all got our, what we put value in. Yeah, I understand that totally. But as James is saying there, he says about some old guy's life going into skip. Now that is sad. I don't believe anybody's gear should go into a skip. Sell it, give it away, but don't ever throw it away.
No. Well, look at what Ian found, from that factory. All the micrometers and all that. Holy smokes! The value of all that is like tremendous.
Yeah. Well, there is an old saying about one man's scrap is another man's treasure, or some such thing. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
But I cannot imagine yours, anybody else's for that matter, workshops just being thrown away.
No.
That would that's criminal.
With the little room I have, if somebody was getting rid of tools as many as I have, I'd find room for them here.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. And John T was saying, one day you hang on to stuff because one day that will be useful. Yeah. And I've proved that time and time again. Yes. I mean, I was pulling out some bearings from this wheel on this Nun runner. Now, normally you would try get in there with a hammer and a punch and knock them out, ruin them. But I remembered I had a puller somewhere. And I went delving, I found the puller. 2 minutes later, using the right tool, the right place, boom, job was done.
Yep.
I felt really good about that.
Yep. My wife just came by and says, the ceiling is the fifth wall. She's right.
That's a good saying. Yeah, that's right.
From wall to wall to ceiling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The trouble is when you want the bit at the bottom, is it getting to that bit at the bottom?
Exactly. Like Ian, look at what he's got there. He can't get to his workbench.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't know how he does it, mate.
He had a little footpath before, and that's even full now.
I don't know. I mean, it's because it's all scrap, isn't it? As far as he's concerned.
Yeah.
So nothing has.
Funny,
nothing has other than scrap value. No, I couldn't live like it. And he still hasn't sent me a sticker either. The git.
He's an inventor too, doesn't he? Make some things out of things. I haven't seen anything.
He makes wood burners out of gas cylinders and stuff. A very clever man. He's good welder and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, to him, that's the way we are with our machines and tools. That's his tools. That's his pattern of work.
Yeah. It's
it's just. we couldn't get that involved in it. Yeah, we
No,
no.
no. I mean, as I think I've said this before on videos that, you know, my old dad, bless him, he's still alive now, always said, you know, tidy workshop is a quiet workshop because it means you ain't got nothing better to do than tidy up.
Yeah.
But I mean, an untidy workshop can be dangerous.
Oh yeah, but an untidy workshop means there's a lot of work.
Well, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And every job I do, I try to, when I finish, put everything back away again.
Yeah.
You know. And one of these days, I'm going to find those 25 10mm spanners. I am going to find them.
Yeah. I went ahead and I bought extras just so I'd have them, you know.
I actually wrap blue electric tape around mine so I know which ones are which. I mean, how sad is that?
Every time I go to the pawn shop, and you know, there's about 12 of them around all the different towns and everything, you know, and I make it a point to hit them once in a while, you know, 3 or 4 of them on a weekend or whatever. And that's what I look for, those 10 mils.
Absolutely, yeah. I go 8mm, 10mm, 12 mils are always quite useful as well. 13's okay, like, you know. But the other thing is some of the imperial stuff. I was lucky enough to be given a load of AF tools and all the rest of it, and I found them so useful on some of the old stuff.
Yeah.
And at one stage, I thought I was going to just sell it all on. I am so glad I never did.
No, because it comes in handy when it needs to be, you know.
Absolutely. And I've got them all in. I'm just thinking I've got them all in one big box. All these AF tools, and I got Whitworth in there, and all the rest of it. I absolutely love the damn stuff. Yeah. And when you look at it, it is so agricultural. Some of it is so big, heavy, you know.
Yeah.
But I love it. You know, it's great stuff.
Yep.
And big 1/2-inch socket sets. You know that. Absolutely useless on a lawnmower. I mean, you can't get the damn socket in there.
Right. Yeah. Well, then you got to be like Allie Mack, work on both, you know, cars and motors.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Edward, if you send me your email, your address, mate, on my email, I'll get you a sticker out. Of course, I will, mate. Happy to do that.
Yeah.
Just talking about John T, they say they had lathes at school. I don't know about you, but you need nerves of steel to be a teacher in a metalwork class.
Yeah.
You're watching all these 12, 13-year-olds messing around with lathes. You think, oh my God, you know, how many hands and fingers are we going to lose today, you know? You know, and yet it was my favorite lesson at school, woodwork and metalwork. And I still remember my teachers. Mr. Gurnett was my metalwork teacher. Mr. May was my woodmaker. And I was always top of the class. And I absolutely loved those lessons, you know, because you're allowed to get on and do stuff. Right, this is how you braze. Now get on with it.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, happy days.
Yeah.
The only happy days at school, actually, come to think of it.
Nah. But then, you know, it's over, and then you say, I wish it didn't be over, you know?
Yeah, to be honest with you, Henry, I've always amazed myself how well I did, despite myself, you know? Perhaps it's just a way of bullying my way through life. I don't know. I always managed to turn a pound and did quite well, you know, eventually.
Yep.
Despite being whatever, you know, is I think I learned a great deal more out of school than I ever did in. You know, I went back to college in my mid-20s, and I was working for a company. In fact, you must know them, Silent Channel or Cooper Standard. Coopers and all the rest of it. I worked for them as a supervisor, and they put me through college, and I got all my later on in life, all my qualifications, which stood me in good stead. You know, at school, well, I was rubbish. All I was interested in was sports, metalwork, woodwork, and fighting.
Yeah. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Time
Yeah,
goes.
exactly. Yeah, James, again, just send me your email, your address, mate. I'm gonna do it. It looks like Henry. Looks like Ken's not going to turn up, mate. So we'll call it a day, shall we?
We shall, because dinner's gonna be just about ready.
Yeah. Well, we've had ours, so yeah, you're about 5 o'clock. You're about right, mate. Good old Henry. Thank you, mate. As always, I enjoy your company. Always will do.
Same here. Can't wait till next week.
You take care, mate. All the very best in, and everybody else in the chat,
Yep.
In the comments. Thanks for joining in. Forgive me if I don't name you all, but you know what I mean. I'm not particularly good at that, but I do appreciate everybody's help in joining in. Take care, and you never know. We'll see you soon. Take care, guys.
Happy Easter to everybody. Next.
All the very best, mate. Take care.